90% of drivers think weak car AC means an expensive repair is coming. But what if your AC could blow ice cold again with a few simple tricks you can do yourself at home? Today, I'll show you 15 hidden tricks that can completely change how your car's AC feels. Some take less than 5 minutes, and some are completely free. And trust me, one small mistake almost everyone makes can quietly destroy your AC system and leave you with a repair bill over $1,500. Before you spend money at a repair shop, watch this first. Secret number 15. Clean your condenser like a pro. Your condenser sits at the very front of the car, collecting bugs, dust, leaves, and road debris every single day. And when it gets clogged, your AC doesn't just get weaker. Your compressor starts overheating and overworking, and replacing that can easily cost over $1,200. Here's why it happens. The condenser is supposed to remove heat from the refrigerant before cold air reaches your cabin. But once dirt and bugs block the airflow, that heat gets trapped inside the system. The harder your compressor works, the faster it wears out. Luckily, the fix is ridiculously simple. First, let the car cool down. Then use a garden hose with medium pressure to wash away dirt from the condenser. For stubborn grime and bug buildup, use a soft brush carefully. After cleaning, let everything dry completely before driving. That's it. A 10-minute job mechanics often charge $80 to $150 for. And the next trick costs less than a cup of coffee, but fixes one of the biggest reasons car ACs stop feeling cold. Secret number 14, the Lysol Disinfectant Spray Hack. If your AC smells musty or moldy every time you turn it on, that's bacteria and mold growing inside the system. And no, you don't need some overpriced $200 cleaning service to fix it. Most of that buildup happens from moisture, leaves, and dirt trapped near the AC inlet below the windshield. Over time, bacteria starts growing there, and the fan blows that smell straight into the cabin. Here's the easy fix. Remove the cabin air filter, turn the fan to the lowest setting, roll down the windows, then spray Lysol or an AC disinfectant into the inlet near the bottom of the windshield. The fan pulls it through the system and helps kill the mold and bacteria inside. Takes about 3 minutes and costs a few dollars instead of paying a detail shop over $150. And the next trick is something mechanics massively overcharge people for. Secret number 13, the recirculation button trick. This is probably the most misunderstood button in your entire car, the one with a little car icon and a circular arrow. Most people think it just recirculates air. That's only half the story. When you turn on recirculation mode, your AC stops pulling in hot outside air and starts cooling the already cooler air inside your cabin. That alone can make your AC feel dramatically stronger in just minutes. There's another bonus most drivers never realize. Because the system isn't constantly fighting outside heat, it can reduce fuel usage slightly, and it also helps block exhaust fumes and bad smells from traffic. Simple button, big difference. But what's hiding under your glove box might be the real reason your AC never feels truly cold. Secret number 12, replace your cabin air filter. Your cabin air filter might be the real reason your AC feels weak. It sits behind your glove box and slowly gets clogged with dust, pollen, smog, and even small debris like leaves. When it's dirty, your AC can't push air properly through the system. That means weaker airflow, worse cooling, and in some cases, even mold buildup that you end up breathing in. The fix is simple. Open the glove box, release the sides, pull out the old filter, and replace it with a new one. Takes less than 5 minutes and usually costs around $20 instead of a shop charging $70 or more. A clean filter instantly improves airflow and makes your AC feel colder again. And the next trick will completely change the way you park your car. Secret number 11. Park smart or use a windshield shade. Your car can turn into an oven without you realizing it. Even when it's just 80 degrees Fahrenheit outside, the interior temperature can hit around 118 degrees Fahrenheit in less than an hour under direct sunlight. When that happens, your AC isn't just cooling the air anymore, it's fighting extreme heat. That means higher fuel consumption, more strain on your compressor, and long-term wear on your system. Here's the simple fix. Always park in the shade when possible. And if you can't, use a windshield sun shade. It can cut interior temperature by up to 40 degrees Fahrenheit and makes a huge difference when you start your car. Less heat inside means your AC cools faster, uses less fuel, and lasts longer. Now we're getting into something a bit more technical, but just as important for your AC performance. Secret number 10, check your refrigerant level. Car refrigerant doesn't expire, but no AC system is perfectly sealed. Over time, small leaks slowly reduce pressure, and that's when your AC stops blowing properly cold air. If the leak is minor, you don't always need a shop. A DIY recharge kit usually costs around $40, while repair shops can charge $200 to $300 for the same job, often adding extra repairs you may not need. Most cars use R134A refrigerant, and the process is simple. You connect the recharge hose to the low pressure port under the hood and follow the instructions on the can. Just go slow and don't overfill the system. This is one of the most overcharged AC services in auto shops. But before you rush into fixes, there's one more hidden issue under your hood that can quietly destroy your cooling system over time. Secret number 9, inspect your cooling fans. Check your cooling fans while the hood is open. They sit behind the radiator and condenser and are essential for AC performance. The condenser needs airflow to release heat from the refrigerant, and that airflow comes from these fans. If they stop working, your AC will quickly lose cooling power and the system can overheat. Most cars have 2 fans, and even if one fails, the AC may still work for a short time, but it will struggle and can cause long-term damage. To test them, start the car, turn the AC to full blast. Wait a few minutes, then check under the hood. Both fans should be spinning. If one or both are not working, that's likely your issue. Dealers often charge $300 to $500 for fan replacement, but online parts can cost under $100, and the job is relatively simple. Secret number 8, check your Serpentine belt. If you drive a high mileage car, your Serpentine belt could be quietly killing your AC system. This belt connects the engine to the AC compressor, and if it slips, cracks, or wears out, the compressor won't spin properly. That means weak cooling, strange noises, and eventually a full compressor failure. The warning signs are simple. Look for cracks on the belt surface, fraying edges, or a squealing sound when the AC is on. If you notice any of these, the belt is already struggling to do its job. The good news is the fix is cheap. A new Serpentine belt usually costs under $65. But ignoring it can lead to a $1,200 to $2,000 compressor replacement. It's one of those small maintenance jobs that saves you from a massive repair bill later. Secret number 7, the emergency pre-cooling myth. Pre-cooling your car for 10 to 15 minutes before driving is a common habit, but it actually wastes fuel and puts unnecessary strain on your AC system. At idle, your AC is inefficient and can burn fuel while delivering weak cooling. Even a short 15-minute session can waste a noticeable amount of fuel with minimal benefit. A better method is simple. Start the car, turn the AC to low, and roll down all windows for about 15 seconds to push out hot air. Then switch the fan to high. Once the cabin starts cooling, close the front windows and briefly leave a small gap in the rear windows to release remaining heat. This method cools your car faster, uses less fuel, and is much easier on your AC system. Secret number 6, check your coolant level. Engine coolant doesn't directly cool your cabin, but it can still affect your AC more than most drivers realize. If your engine starts overheating, many cars automatically shut off the AC compressor to protect the engine. One common cause of overheating is low coolant levels. When coolant is low, engine temperature rises, and the system prioritizes engine safety over comfort. As a result, your AC may suddenly blow warm air even if the AC system itself is fine. The fix is simple. Check the coolant reservoir under the hood and top it up if needed with the correct type. It takes just a couple of minutes and can prevent unexpected A through C shutdowns. Secret number 5, test your magnetic clutch relay. This one sounds technical, but it's actually simple. Your AC compressor is controlled by a magnetic clutch, and that clutch is switched on through a relay. If that relay fails, the compressor won't activate, so your AC stops working completely. A common sign is a flashing AC light or random shutdowns. The relay is usually in the fuse box under the hood and is cheap to replace. You can even test it by swapping it with another identical relay, like the horn relay. If the AC starts working, the relay is the issue. A new relay costs around $10 to $20, while shops often charge over $100 just for diagnosis. Secret number 4, the evaporator temperature sensor. This sensor is called the evaporator temperature sensor, and it controls how your AC cycles on and off to prevent the evaporator from freezing. When it fails, your AC can behave unpredictably, blowing cold, then warm, or shutting off randomly. That happens because the car computer gets wrong temperature data and can't regulate the compressor properly. The part itself is cheap, around $20 to $50, but labor can cost $300 to $600 depending on the vehicle. If your AC is inconsistent, this small sensor could be the hidden issue. Secret number 3, don't point vents directly at your face. Most drivers make a simple mistake when cooling their car. They blast the AC straight at their face. It feels good for a moment, but it slows down overall cooling. Cold air is heavier than hot air, so it sinks. When you aim vents only at yourself, you cool one spot while hot air stays trapped in the cabin, forcing the AC to work harder. A better approach is to aim side vents toward the windows and direct center vents slightly upward. This helps circulate air through the whole cabin instead of concentrating it in one place. As a result, the car cools more evenly and the AC doesn't need to run at full power as long. Secret number 2, use your AC year-round. Even in winter, your AC should be used for a few minutes each week. Many drivers skip this, but it can cause expensive damage over time. The AC system contains refrigerant mixed with oil that lubricates seals and the compressor. When the system is not used, this oil stops circulating, seals dry out, and small leaks can form. Over time, the compressor may also wear out due to lack of lubrication, leading to costly repairs. The solution is simple. Run your AC on cold mode for 5 to 10 minutes once a week, even in winter, to keep everything working properly. Secret number 1, the compressor clutch test. This is the big one that can save you from expensive AC repairs. The compressor clutch engages your AC system and can be tested in minutes. With the engine off, locate the compressor and check if the clutch spins freely. If it's stuck, the bearing may be bad. Then unplug the connector and check resistance with a multimeter. It should read about 2 to 5 ohms. If it's faulty, you can replace just the clutch for $50 to $150 instead of paying $800 to $1,200 for a full compressor.